Hello lovely YouTube family, and welcome to another highly informative video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create the viral AI brand videos for free so as to ramp up your business sales and even catch new clients. So yeah, without wasting much more time, let's get right into the tutorial. So step one in this process is to head to the site Google VEO 3. And then once you type this in your web browser, you want to go for the first one where you have Gemini over here. Now please note, whatever video you're going to be creating with VEO can only last for a maximum of 8 seconds currently. Alright, now once you're here in the site, you want to go to the area of subscriptions. Now in the area of subscriptions, you want to scroll down, and once you scroll down, you're going for the option of Google AI Pro. Now, as you guys can see over here, you are not paying anything for the first month. And then after the first month, you're going to start paying the sum of $28,500. And in dollars, that's about $19 currently. So you want to ensure you're clicking on the Get Started over here. And once you click on Get Started, you'd have to scroll down again. And as you guys can see over here, we have two options, the Google AI Pro and the Google AI Ultra. But the best and the easiest we can actually go for right now is the Google AI Pro. Like I said earlier on, you don't have to pay anything for the very first month. Now in this particular plan, we're going to be giving access to Gemini app, we're going to be giving access to the Google Flow, Whisk, and then 1,000 monthly AI credits. This credit is actually what's going to sustain our generation for the video. So now what you want to do next after coming here is to click on the Google AI Pro. And then finally agree to the terms and condition. Now once you agree to the terms and condition, the next thing you have to do here is to add your card details and finally subscribe. And like I said earlier on, you're not paying anything for the very first month. So all you have to do is to insert your card number details, your card holder, just fill in all your card information, and finally save and subscribe. And immediately subscribe, you're going to be seeing your profile with this Google-like color around the picture. Good, so now we're subscribed. Now the next thing we have to do is to generate the prompt for us to get the video. But first things first, what exactly is a prompt? A prompt is simply a text that serves as a guide for an AI generation to create what you have in mind, which in this scenario is a video. So for us to get a prompt, which in this scenario is a text that we're going to be using to serve as a guide for the AI to generate the type of video we want, we're going to be using Chatgpt. So you want to head to the site, just type in chat.openai.com. This is the exact way you want to type it in on your web browser, all right, and then enter. So once you enter, it's going to take you directly to Chatgpt. Now in Chatgpt, you're going to be inserting your questions, that is, we're asking Chat to generate us that prompt we're going to be using. Now, as you guys can see over here, there's an example here on my screen right now. Write me a prompt and divide each prompt into the character prompt, the style prompt, and the scene prompt. Now, what I mean by character prompt is the person that is actually going to be the main personnel in the video. For the style prompt, that is, how do we want the environment of the video to be? What do you want to be happening in the background of the video? And then finally, the scene. What exactly do you want the character to be doing in the scene? What exactly do you want the character to be saying in the scene? All right. So now you're going to be dividing the prompt into stages. So for example, like I said over here, I'm asking Chatgpt to write me a prompt and divide each prompt into the character prompt, a young female Nigerian, the style, she's inside a clothing store, a wall designed with the text Blessing Collections, and then people in the background shopping and looking at the clothes in the store. So this is basically the style prompt. And then finally, and the scenes. Divide into 3 scenes, all right? It all depends on what you want, okay? So for the sake of today's tutorial, I'm dividing the scenes into 3 and then 8 seconds each. Don't forget, at the start of this video, I talked about the fact that video can only produce a max of 8 seconds for each video. All right, so in scene 1, the lady is smiling and the camera goes closer to her and she says, "Welcome to Blessings Collection." Scene 2, She's walking around the store and the camera is following her, and she says, "We sell all type of clothing from t-shirts to jackets and even hoodies." And finally, scene 3, she's showing herself atomizing the customer's clothes. That is, she's checking out the customer's items and then packing the clothes in the nylon. And then the customer leaves the scene and she says, "Make sure to patronize us today." So basically, you all can actually copy this depending on the type of business you're doing. If it's a baking business, if it's a jewelry business, whatever brand you own, you can as well copy this and just make adjustments. All right. And then the next thing you want to do after typing in this prompt is to enter. All right, so you want to enter and then wait for ChatGPT to do its magic. So as you guys can see over here, ChatGPT has now given us the character prompt. Good. ChatGPT has also given us the style prompt itself, as you guys can see over here. And then ChatGPT has divided the scenes for us into 3 scenes like we requested for. So as you guys can see over here, it has even made it in bullet form, making it very, very brief and at the same time direct to the point. Now, the next thing, which is actually the 3rd step in this tutorial, is for us to head to another site called Google Flow. So you're going to type in Google Flow in your browser and then enter. Now you want to go for the first one over here where you have labs.google. All right, so this is it over here. All right, so now once you're here in Google Flow, already I have an account. All you just have to do is to sign in with Google. So automatically, the fact that you're already subscribed to VEO3, your account is actually going to be ready for you. So all you simply have to do is to scroll down and then click on Create with Flow. Now, once you click on Create with Flow, you just want to scroll down. All right, just wait for it to load completely. You want to scroll down and select New Project over here. All right, so these are some of the videos I've done in the past. So you want to click on New Project. So now, once you click on New Project, you'll be brought to the area where the magic occurs. So now this is the place we're going to be copying our prompt and pasting for it to generate the video. So all you have to do before you paste the prompt is to confirm your settings is actually at the point. Okay, if you come here to settings, you can see output per prompt. That is, how many outputs do you want the AI tool to generate for you? I'm actually always okay with one is actually fine as well. You know, it makes things easier and more organized. And then the second one here is the model. This is VEO3 fast. It makes the process faster and then it consumes lower credits. All right, so now all we have to do finally is to come here back to ChatGPT. All right, we scroll up and then you want to copy the character and the style prompt. So these are the first things you want to copy. Ctrl C and then come back here to Flow, Ctrl V. Now do not press enter yet. We need to start with the first scene. Now what is going to be common, please note, what is going to be common in the 3 scenes is we're going to be copying and pasting the character and the style prompt, but then the only thing that is going to be changing in each scene is the scene prompt. For example, I'm going to come back here and then copy the scene 1 prompt. Okay, so I'm going to copy the scene 1 prompt. So this is scene 1 over here. All right, so I'm going to copy it, Ctrl C, and then I'm going to come back here and then I'm going to paste it and then enter. So now we're going to leave that as the first video. Now we're going to go back again to ChatGPT, copy the character and the style again, and then finally copy scene 2. So I'm going to copy that again, come back here to ChatGPT, go for the second scene. All right, as you guys can see over here, Ctrl C, and then come back here again to Flow, paste it and then enter. And the beauty of this AI tool is you don't have to wait for the video to be done before you can actually generate the next scenes. You know, VEO3 is actually very, very powerful. And finally, we're going to do the same thing for the last scene. So we're going to copy the character and the style prompt again, Ctrl C, and then we're coming back here. We're going to paste it, and finally we're coming here and we're going to copy the scene 3. All right, please take note. And then after pasting it, enter, and we are basically good to go. Now all we have to do is to sit back and wait for Google VEO3 to do its magic. Alright guys, so VO3 is actually done with the scenes as you guys can see right now. So this should be the first one, so let's check it out.
Welcome to Blessings Collection.
Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's check out the second. This should be the second over here.
We sell all types of clothing, from t-shirts to jackets and even hoodies.
Perfect lip syncing, perfect communication. Like it's actually awesome. And let's check out the final scene, the packaging scene.
Make sure to patronize us today.
Well, I think for this scene, the action wasn't really matching well. As you guys can see over here, there's some errors over here in terms of the generation. But in case you see something like this in your generation, all you simply have to do is to click on the reuse prompt and then, specify on what exactly you want, or specify on the errors you do not want to see in the video. Okay, so after you actually click on reuse, this is it over here, then you can actually delete some things, add some things, and then keep retrying until you get that perfect scene you want. And then immediately you're finally done. Let's say you're actually okay with everything, just like me over here. Let's say you're okay with it. All you have to do to download it is to come to the top over here, click on the download, and then you can go for the original size. So there we have it. That's the first one. Then we go for the second one. You want to do the same thing, and then original size, and finally the last clip over here. You want to do the same thing for the number of scenes you actually generated. And then after you've actually downloaded all the scenes, the final thing we need to do is to merge the scenes to make a single video. You can use CapCut for this, which is actually the most popular video editing tool out there, or you can simply just go to onlinecutter.com. This is it over here, onlinevideocutter.com, so you can easily merge these videos online. So all you just simply have to do, we already downloaded it over here, is to let's start with the first scene. Okay, just drag it and then drop. Okay, and in case you're using a mobile device, although Google Flow doesn't really work on a mobile device, but if you're using a mobile device for your editing, you can use CapCut to make it faster. So now we have the first scene over here. All you have to do is to drag this to the end and then click on add. You can see these files over here. Click on files and then add clip. But we can just come here to the second clip, drag it and drop. And then finally we go to the end again. All right, and then while going to the end, come here again to files, then we're going to drag the final clip over here as well. And now we have the three clips as a single video. You can play it, all right, you can start from the beginning and play it, or you can just head to the export over here, so you have the file itself. So you want to click on export over here, and then you want to download this with the export button over here, and then all you have to do is just wait for it to be done and then save. And once you click on save, you have your single video ready, guys. So let's check out the final video itself.
Welcome to Blessings Collection. We sell all types of clothing, from t-shirts to jackets and even hoodies. Make sure to patronize us today.
So there you have it, guys. Although it doesn't really look perfect, but then like I said, in case you want it to be very perfect, you can as well just come here to Google Flow and then keep adding more to the prompts till you get that exact thing. And you can as well go to normal CapCut and add your own music, your own voice or sounds to make it even way more detailed. And there you have it, guys. That brings us to the end of today's video. I want to believe you all learned a whole lot in this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and then feel free to ask questions in the comment section below. I'm always here to answer them all. And yeah, don't forget to drop a like as well on the video, and also share the video with your friends and family members out there. And I'll see you guys in my next highly informative video. Thanks for watching.